Hello, friends. Good morning and welcome to this great day. It's a beautiful day indeed, and I welcome you to this live broadcast. Feel free to share with me. If you have any question or anything you want to contribute, feel free. We are here to share, learn together, and grow together. And I hope you are having great time wherever you are. So from Hillside, New Jersey to wherever you are all over the world, I am sending greetings to you and I wish you the best. And whatever you are doing that is good, may it go well with you. Remember, no force can stop you. If you have determined to achieve that, no force will stop you. And one of the things that will make you really achieve it is, don't listen to negative people. Don't listen to negative thoughts. Don't listen to negative ideas. Just go on doing your thing. Don't compete with anyone. Don't compare yourself with anyone. Don't covet other people's achievement or whatever they have. Don't fear whatever they are afraid of, okay? And don't worry about things of this life. Your life is more important than them all. Your life comes first, not God first. Your life first, not Jesus first. Your life first is very, very important. Okay? One of the things that religions rob us, and that is the most important thing religion rob from us, is our life. Religion don't want you to live your life. They want you to live a spiritual life, a life you don't know anything about, a life you can't understand, a life you just believe you are living by faith, but you cannot explain it. You cannot understand it. They say just believe. You don't need to understand. Just believe. At the last day you will understand. No. You can understand now. You cannot understand anything by faith. You cannot understand anything through faith. No way. The only thing you can do with faith is living a fake life. But if it's to live a real life, you need knowledge. Knowledge is the greatest. Science is knowledge. Simple. I'm not talking about scientists or people that belong to one institution or they call them scientists. No, knowledge. Every one of us have knowledge. We know something. You know something. I know something. So none of us know everything. Not one of us know everything. No, all of us, we know something. So when we bring our knowledge together, we begin to live as a good people. That's how it works. But religion brings corruption, division among us. And we begin to have confusion among us because of that. But the truth is setting us free from the bondage of religion. And I see you being free. Not just being free, but also being free indeed. It's so sweet. You see, you feel you feel the freedom, like you feel the weight off your shoulder, off your head, off your entire being. You are free, free as air. You can go wherever you want to go and do whatever you want to do without killing yourself as they used to do in religion. I've been free from that cage. Truth burst the door open for me and I flew away. I will never go back. Some of them think I will still preach Jesus one day. I said that day was yesterday. Some of them still think I will still preach hellfire, heaven, all those nonsense they preach in churches, in mosques, in temples, in synagogues, or in shrines. No, I'm not going back. I am doing my thing, living my life as human. I'm not living a spiritual life. I am living a natural life because I am living in this natural world. I'm not living in a spiritual world. This is my kingdom. This is my heaven. This is my place. And I'm here to reign. And join me, all of us. We are born to reign. We are not created by any God. So don't let anyone confuse you by any God you cannot see or you have not seen. If God exists, see that God. If you believe God is somewhere, you need to see that God. Don't just believe it, see Him. If they tell you cannot see that God, abandon that God then. Okay? If you believe in God. see God. So I want to speak about long distance relationship. That's what I want to speak about today. Join me because I don't know everything, okay? So if you think maybe there's something you can contribute, help me out, okay? Let's do this together. Long distance relationship. So I Google long distance relationship, which you can do. Although some religion, I don't know about all of them, but I've heard some religious people, they hate Google. They say read the Bible, not Google. No, the Google have all the answers you need. Bible don't have. Bible don't have one single answer to your question, especially when the issues of life today is concerned. The Bible has no answer to your question. The Bible will only confuse you. Quran will only confuse you. Torah will only confuse you with what is not answer to your question and tell you to believe it. It will work somehow. No, no, don't go there. Long distance relationship. So before, as I'll be reading this from Google, I will also be contributing my own part. You join, as I said, long distance relationship. Every one of us have experienced long distance relationship maybe in the past, and some people are experiencing it right now. I'm experiencing it. Every one of us, at least, if there is any of your relation that traveled abroad or not living in the same house with you, that is part of long distance relationship. It's not always about sex. It's not always about romance. It's not always about intimacy. It's not always about maybe somebody you can kiss, somebody you can have sex with. No, long distance relationship. So let's work together and see what it is. He said a long distance relationship, that's LDR, or long distance romantic relationship, LDRR, is an intimate relationship between partners who are geographically separated from one another. So somebody that is living somewhere else, that's long distance relationship. But he said partners in long distance relationship face geographic separation and lack of face-to-face contact. So in long distance relationship, there's no face-to-face contact, right? That's old, but there's as we go on, we see what technology have done. Let me see what it says about characteristics. The long distance relationships are qualitatively different from geographically close relationships, of course. Yes, that is relationships in which the partners are able to see each other face to face most days. Remember, long distance relationship. So he said, according to something that he says, suggests the following unique challenges for those in long distance relationship: increased financial burden to maintain relationship, difficulty maintaining geographically close friendship while in long distance relationship, romantic relationship. It's a difficulty judging the state of a relationship from a distance, and also high expectation by partners for the quality, by the quality of limited face-to-face meetings in the relationship. So, of course, it's not easy. Long distance relationship, especially when it's romantic one, the wife or the husband want to have sex with his or her partner. So they want to have sex. They want to touch each other. They want to cuddle. There are many things, especially when weather changes. As our people used to say in broken English, body no be wood. So you see, some people call it congee. So you want to have sex. Sex is very important in our life. If sex is not important, that we won't be needing penis and vagina. We will just cut off our penis as male, and also women just seal their vagina also. No, but we need sex. That's natural thing to do. It's not a spiritual thing, because religion made us to believe that sex is a spiritual thing. They tell you if you have sex with a woman, the power of God will not flow. That's nonsense. If having sex with a woman, even with your wife, can affect your anointing, that anointing is useless. And you say it's the anointing of God Almighty. Well, how can ordinary sex God is the one that created, according to you, you believe that God created man with penis and woman with vagina for them to be having sex and having sexual organ. I mean, sexual urge. If God don't want people to be having sex except when they get married, why would they be having sexual urge? Like some people from 12 years old, 13 years old, does that mean they can get married at that time? Think. Some people 9 years old are already having sexual urge. And you believe God created all things. God know all things. So if God is the one that puts sexual urge there, are you telling me maybe God is tempting people, put sexual urge and tell them don't have sex? It's like you put a gun in your drawer. No, you didn't even lock it. And you tell your little children, 2 years, 3 years, don't go to that drawer, it's gone, don't go, don't use that gun. One day you will get out, they will use it and kill themselves. All right, so sex is not a spiritual thing. Sex is a natural thing. Sex has nothing to do with any spirit. For those of you that believe you are having sex with a spiritual, I used to preach that. Spiritual husband, spiritual wife. Now you don't believe in spiritual husband and spiritual wife, but you believe in spiritual father and spiritual mother. You don't believe in spiritual children, but you believe in spiritual father and the spiritual mother. So since if your pastor is your spiritual father, so he tells you what to do and you do it, right? So why not have also one sister as your spiritual wife and also one brother as your spiritual husband? Why can't do that? But you are doing the other one because religion makes you hypocritical. Religion, all their teachings are hypocrisy. So when they tell you do this, is just to suit their doctrine, to suit their belief, to suit whatever they stand for. Lying to people with that. So they say, no, okay, yeah, you can have spiritual father, but how about spiritual husband? And when you dream, you have sex in the dream. You have sex in your dream. You know it's another problem, especially in Africa. Oh man, you have sex in your dream. Oh man, that's spiritual days. That's that. You start going for praying and fasting. No, no. If you are not a virgin and you have ever have sex in your life, of course you'll be dreaming about sex. You'll be having dream about sex. There's nothing wrong with that. But it is your mindset, your mentality has been programmed that, yeah, if you have it, it's a problem. But if you see yourself counting money in the dream, okay, it's good. If you see yourself blessing the man of God in the dream, it's good. If you see yourself going for Thanksgiving in the church, it's good. But if you see yourself having sex, nah, it's the evil spirit. Nonsense. All those things are what they use to keep us in bondage. And that's why even our parents didn't teach us about sex. Because church spiritualized sex. If you read the history about church and the sex, you see how they started controlling all this. One of the tools they used was sex. You see, some churches still do that. Before you marry, you have to go to the pastor. This is where I want to marry. Sometimes they tell you where to meet and how to meet. Nonsense. Nothing concerns any church or any other person with marriage between you and who you want to marry. It's supposed to be a family affair. It is your family people that's supposed to know about your marriage. Not any. That's what they rob us. Church, Christianity, or I don't know about Muslim, but I was a Christian. Christianity rob us that in our family. Instead of you, some people, I think, was it Adeboye's wife said that before you even go to your parents to tell your parents about your move to marry, you have to go to your pastor first. That's nonsense. Okay? So, of course, in long distance relationship, sex is very important, but there are many changes now. It's no longer issue like that. Before it used to be so hard, but the modern technologies has changed all things, which we will still see. It's a long distance relationship with friends and family. So it's not just between husband and wife. Friends and families also is like your childhood friends, high school friends, maybe friends you have where you are doing business, like where you are living in certain area. You have this friend, you say it's your best friend, but now you have to move. So that It affects it also family also. Like I said earlier, your brother or sister travel abroad, or your parents travel abroad. I've seen some people, they travel abroad, leaving their family back home. So, but because they have paper problem, they can't travel out and come in. So they stay in America, and their daughter, who was like a year old when he left, get married, but he couldn't attend the wedding because he don't have paper. You see, so it's condition that make crayfish to bend. So you see, it affect that family. It's a long distance relationship. The children want to see their father or their mother or and the siblings want to see their other siblings. So the long distance relationship also affects friends and family. All right, and it's not bad because there is reason why that person travel. All right, and if not for wickedness of men, there shouldn't be no boundary. There shouldn't be no boundary. People saw. I mean, there should not be boundaries. People should be moving from place to place. But all these boundaries, who created them? They tell Bible say God put boundary. Which God put boundary? You telling me God put boundary, but you see some countries they create more states. They create boundary now between those states. But they tell you God put this boundary. There's no God that put any boundary. It's man that created both the God and the boundaries they're talking about. It's because of wickedness of man. For example, if I want to bring my whole family from Africa to America, you know what I will go through, right? And we've been trying. Sometimes we fail, we keep trying because we want our loved one to come and experience better life. Our friends also, somebody that used to be your friend in Africa, now in America, he want to come here or she want to come here. And you're trying. They say, oh, send me a letter of invitation. You tell them what to do. Some of them, they try, they spend money, yet it hasn't worked. So it affects this issue we have with long distance relationship. What contribute to that more is wickedness of man. For example, if wicked men did not invade Africa, Africans will not be migrating to Europe, America today. Had it been those wicked men, they came with good mind and they helped Africans, the places Africans spread though, because the people they enslaved in part where we call African today were people that originally ran away from like where they call Kemet or Egypt before. All right, so had it been that those people have the mind or the good mind to help people. At least what they will do when they come, these people, you don't have this, okay, well, let's help. We have this, then they help the people. There will be no migration if not for invasion. They invaded our land. So when I see some of my people telling me, okay, go back to father's land, what are you doing over there? Nonsense. This is not white man's land also. I'm not living in Europe. I'm living in America. I belong to the Red Indians, blacks also. They call them, they are black people. Our people have been in America before the Europeans also came to America. All right? And our people were used to build America. The America you are seeing today, we are built on the back and the sweat of your ancestors. You're supposed to know that. But you think I am living in a white man's land, come back home. Come back home. Will you support me? No. You support only corrupt people. You support corrupt politicians. You support corrupt people that have money. Hello, Tochuku. So you are telling me come back home. No, come back home for what? Where there is no security. Just yesterday, 25th December, they killed 500 people in Taraba State in Nigeria. 500 people as we speak. They didn't see 26th December. They just die like that. You call it terrorists or terrorism, whatever you call it. 500 people just perish like that. Your prayer did not work. Your God did not protect them. Your God did not keep those lives. Well, you may say, oh, they are Muslims. Oh, God, maybe God is punishing that. Any God that punishes people like that is a wicked God. Where was God When these people were slaughtered, you see blood all over the place. You see, you see somebody dragging your fellow human being. I don't know how you feel when you see blood flowing. That's why when they try many things. I say, I cannot be a doctor or a nurse. I don't like seeing blood. I may work with them, but when I see blood, I get away. But how do you feel? Even sometimes when I remember when as a firstborn, I used to be the one to kill the chicken or the fowl. We used to cook rice, maybe Christmas time or Sunday, like Sunday when we want to use chicken. So sometimes I begin to imagine it. What if somebody put knife on my neck and begin to cut it? Sometimes I imagine that. If you have been following me, remember I've said that before. I said sometimes I feel, will I give my life for Jesus? If they come to kill me, tell me to stop confessing Jesus, will I say anyway, when that time comes, I say I have fear, but I believe when that time comes, God will give me grace, because I was a Christian that time. Remember how Christians depend on grace that have brought this grace to us. He said, because white man was intelligent to acquire gun and not believing in gods like ancient men. Yeah. So weapon is weapon, you know. So they develop. That's problem we black people had. Instead of black people to develop what they had, they keep, like our people used to say, in other words, what my ancestors did, I'm not the one that will do it, it become an abomination. So you settle with what your ancestors did instead of developing it for a better life. When you hear about invention in America, it was slaves from Africa that were doing all those inventions, but they were killing them and claiming it. Because who will try to invent something to make farm work go easier? It is the slaves. It is people that are suffering. They think, what will I do now? They want me to make 10 shoes. What will I do to make it faster? They begin to invent things. They leave them in the field, you know, in the house without heat. They begin to plan. Let us make heater. Boom, boom, boom. They start inventing things. Black people are inventors. Even before they were invaded and after they were enslaved, even in America, black people are the inventors. But they were killing them and claiming the thing. They said that the one that invented it. No. See what is going on in the school. Put white people and black people in school. Tell me the most people that will make it, you know, very well. Tell me. But even when I was back home, I made money in automotive spare parts. Right? By what I made myself, I take something and form it to make money. And my father did not give me a dime to start that business, but I was making money, and that's how money entered my head. He said, when those abroad contribute to develop Ebola. No, I don't support the people living abroad contributing to develop Igbo land or Africa. Whenever I hear like these musicians or rich people, they donate something to Africa, I always comment, shame to African leaders. Why will some people living abroad develop Africa? No. We don't need people living abroad to develop Africa. What we need from people in abroad is to wake us up in Africa. You know, like, tell us that we have to stand for all this, stand and stop these evil leaders. For example, the people in Africa that are the one voting, right? Now they keep voting people in. So their common sense is supposed to tell them what to do, but they keep saying, oh, our people used to say that Akurulo, Amanonye Bataria. So they will tell you, what have you achieved in abroad? What have you? So you see people, they go to abroad suffering, they build mansion back home, buy cars, all that, giving people money back home. So they expect money to be falling for you. I say, no, I don't support that. I will never work to give money to somebody back home unless after I'm satisfied myself. You can call it whatever it is, but is this how we will continue? I always ask our people here. I say, see how we are doing. We're trying to bring our people back to America. How about back home? What are you telling your people? Start with your own people. Let them wake up. I'm talking to my siblings also. I'm talking to my parents. How are we going to continue this? Are we going to continue like this? Keep depending on abroad. But your Bible says my help comes from above. Which above? No help is coming from above. Help comes from Africa. Have everything to develop Africa in Africa. Not what you see the doctor in Anambra State that he has a clinic in America, yeah, Las Vegas. He built many things in his village. But guess what? When that guy dies, those things dies. Because what are the leaders doing? Why should people still be begging bread in Nigeria with what we have? In Kenya, in Ghana, in places, you see people begging, living like, you see, they make money from January to December. This Christmas season, they will squander it. And still, they will still tell you, oh, you're abroad, bring money. No. It's Igbo land, not Africa. Is Igbo first. We are conversatives. Igbo land need to wake up first because you don't give help to. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Our people need to, for example, if I send money to my parents, you know how the percentage of that money they will give to the church. I always tell my mother, my parents like that. Why are you giving your money to all those criminals, lazy people that claim to be priests? The same thing to my siblings. I say now, I give you money, you will say you are paying tithe out of it. You are giving offering out of it. Why? No, it's your money. Use it. Use it on yourself. I tell my mother the same thing. The church you have, the church is supposed to be supporting, is the children you produce. We should stop producing children for doom. We produce children and say, God is the one that gives children, and God is the one that trains children. God does not give any children, and God does not train any children. If you have children, you have to train your children. And that's what Igbo people used to do. Igbo people weren't the way they are today. That's why they have apprenticeship or servitude, as whatever they use, not slavery. You go and learn some work from somebody and you get settled at last. You start your own or learn business. Igbo people in Nigeria or in Africa, they are the one producing millionaires. Even people that didn't go to school. They learn something and they start doing it. You see many of them producing something in a area market, about main market on or Chanja market on many other parts of Africans comes to Onitsha to buy goods locally made. Not this time people start going to Dubai and China and all that. When I was growing up, it was Taiwan. We don't know about China. When I was growing up, it was Taiwan, made in Taiwan. When you go to buy pass, they will say, oh, don't buy Taiwan, no, buy original. It's either original or Taiwan. But today, it's China or original. And China will even make their own, it look like original, that you'll be confused. And when you go, they sell you the China one and they take the original money from you. It's Igbo land needs to wait. Okay, I read it before. So, this issue of long-distance relationship, right, it shouldn't be a problem if not the wickedness of men creating all those boundaries. Our ancestors don't believe their children traveling abroad. I'm telling you that. That's why they made it and they secured their boundaries. They said if their children cross that boundary, life will be so hard for them in abroad that they have to run back home. Like the case they put in the Bible, the prodigal son. It was happening to our I told you, every story you see in your Bible, they stole it from our people. The religion you see that have Torah, Bible, Quran, they stole it from our people. They stole all of them, their contents, from our people, change it and sold it to us as the word of God. Our people don't believe going to, because they know when you leave your house, when you leave your people and travel to another people, they will maltreat you. That's what they believed. And it's true. It's still true today. See everywhere Africans are. Everywhere Africans are migrated to. See how they are treating Africans, both in America, in Europe, or anywhere else. So until Africa rise up and begin to restore their power and recover their heritage. No matter how you claim you're educated or whatever your status, the color of your skin determines how they treat you, and they will maltreat you. You see a college dropout that is white, he gets job easier than African American or black person that is a graduate. In America, it happens. I went to school in America. Did I get job? No, for where? I get job though, but that's where I tested racism, and that's when Obama won second term. But my dear, you need to see what these people were telling me when Obama won second term. Oh man, I say so. This racism, and I don't care. I don't care. I'll be telling them, So, but at least, no matter what, I know they believe what they believe, but that's wrong because I believe we all are human beings. So long distance relationship from like between friends and family, we have the whole world. We're supposed to be one family. Even the people that believe that God created the world and He created Adam and Eve. So we are all from Adam and Eve. If that is true, so why all these boundaries? Why all this racism, wickedness of men? And that's what we are suffering. If not for wickedness of men, I won't be in America today. And my family, my parents and siblings are in Nigeria. No, I won't. So what else that will separate me? Like now my daughter is here and I'm here. What will separate me from my daughter? I don't think anything unless because at least I will tell her I'm traveling. Okay, she know. And we'll be communicating, which I will still talk later. All right, so let's see about military long distance relationship. He said that the partners of military personnel deployed abroad experienced a significant amount of stress before and during the deployment. The difference between military long-distance relationship and a regular long-distance relationship is that while the regular long-distance relationship, there is more communication than the military long distance relationship where communication is unexpected and controlled by military regulations, or there is not much time to talk. Of course, military, every soldier is under the command of the captain or their head. So if they say you spend 5 minutes in that phone with your wife, that's what you will spend. You won't say, no, I'm taking 10 minutes, it's my wife, God damn it. God damn, it's my wife. No. You say what they say. I mean, what the commander say. That's what you must do. And you just do it. So there's no much time. Maybe your wife want to say, oh, I'm feeling so on and now with blah, 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 blah. I say, oh, come on. 1 minute to go. And when you hang up the phone, imagine how that woman will be feeling. She wanted to spend a lot of time with you talking. That's how it is. It's just like somebody also, your family members and your friends. They want to spend time talking with you. Or I think things are changing now, like you call with WhatsApp and all that. But before you know how you want to speak to your brother in abroad, you go to phone to where they're doing pay phone. So you say for 1 minute to cut it. Don't let it pass 1 minute. You pay, you say, call me back, call me. It's not even up to 30 seconds. You hang. The person still take 1 minute. So you waiting for your relation to call back. Call me back. They call. So when they call back, okay, hey, abroad people have money. Let us talk. They start talking. You see, because you miss your brother, or you miss your sister, or you miss your parents, or you miss your children. So they are in a long distance place. Then you want to spend more time talking with them. So it relieves some stress. It makes you feel better when you talk with somebody like that in a long distance relationship. But it's not like that in the military. But things are changing. Let's keep going. It's a means of staying in contact like with somebody in long distance relationship, there are means of staying in contact. It's a new communication technologies, such as cellular phone. This is old stuff because when people still use cellular phone, it's a old stuff. So it's not the current one, but cellular phone, smartphone, replace it with smartphone. Cellular phone plan make communication among individuals at a distance easier than in the past. Yes. So before the popularity of internet dating, long distance relationships were not as common as the primary form of communication between the romance lovers, usually involved either telephone conversation or corresponding via mail. So before it was only just voice call and the mail. Um, Madubuko Kenechku. Morning, you are welcome there. So, stop telling me that shit. It's telling me the. Okay, so before it was just voice phone, as I said before, and the mails, like you write a letter, you put it love letter, right? I love you, I miss you, I love the way you look at me, I love the way you thought, the way you used to do this, you used to do that, how I wish we can do it now, blah blah. It was just love letter. Boom. When you were even doing love things, how you write love letter and tell your girlfriend where to meet, or you go to your meeting point, you give her the love letter, or you ask somebody to go give it to her, or you call a boy, a small boy, and say, go give this to Nkechi. So, or sometimes you don't know how to write, you ask your friend to write for you. And that's how some of your friends will take your girlfriend. They write, okay, I don't love you. Then your girlfriend will cry, they will say, come, I love you. And they take your girlfriend, you say, what happened? Yeah, because you don't know how to write, your friend will take your girlfriend with a pen. So long distance relationship, all right? So it's not like as it used to be in the past. Today it's easier. Thanks to technologies, not to any God. God couldn't make it easier for us. God is still sleeping. White men are making things easier for us, okay? He said the increase in long distance relationships is matched by an increasing number of technologies designed specifically to support intimate couples living apart. You see, in particular, there have been a host of devices which have attempted to mimic co-related behaviors at a distance, including hand holding, leaving love notes. This is old stuff, hugging, and even kissing. But we do that today through, the modern technology. So let me talk about that. The long distance relationship today is easier. If your wife is in Africa and you are in abroad, you see, today is easier. You can do video chat. Video chat. You see each other. Yeah, you kiss each other through video chat. You do sex through video chat. It is no longer as it used to be before. Maybe only through letter, or you kiss the letter. You say, oh. Now, just as you see me, also I see you, and we see each other. Take off your clothes, they take off their clothes. It happens. Although some people, they bring religion into, because that's why I hate religion with all my heart. Religion always, vilify things, common things, natural things. In my group, marriage and relationship matters. So I shared a post. It's about styles of sex. So what type of style of sex you have. So some people come there and say, I don't believe you are sharing this type of thing, nude picture on the internet. Such people, they will fuck anything they see. But when they come in the public, they put on their religious mask like they don't do that. Or even if they are doing it, no, they are restricted to maybe to certain. No, those people do worse. They are not open and they are not telling themselves the truth. They are hypocrites. And I don't care about their feelings. Personally, I don't really care about their feelings because their feelings can't change anything. It is natural. They can do all their praying and fasting. When sexual urge comes, no praying and fasting will make it go down. It has happened to me. When I was pastoring a church, one time my penis stand like iron. When I said, I did everything for it to go down. No way. I run to the altar, lay down, reading Bible, praying. No way. He refused to go down. He refused for many hours. Many hours in Ufuma. Many hours. So finally in the evening he went down. I went to the elder, one of the elders of the church. I said, this is what happened to me between himself and the wife. Because even as a pastor, I believe in being open. Don't hide anything, even sexual things. So when I do like all this couple service or praying with people looking for fruit of womb and all that. So when I minister, they will be like, how old are you and you are talking this? I say, because listen, I say that it is. Because they believe maybe you have to get to certain age to know certain things. No, knowledge is available. All the knowledge in the world is for all of us. But religion say, no, you're not supposed to know everything. So I talked to the elder. I said, see my experience. I think it's time for me to get married. That's when I begin to say I must marry. And I didn't listen to any other voice telling me don't marry yet. I say I must marry because they believe when you marry your anointing will reduce. I don't believe that. Anointing reduce what? Come on, get out. Anointing supposed to increase it. So you see, no amount of praying and fasting, no amount of prophecy can stop sexual urge when it comes. It's a natural thing. It has nothing to do with any spirit. Whether you call it incubus or scubus, sexual urge is a natural thing. And if you are not sick, you must have sexual urge. There are many things that turns you on. I don't know what turns you on, but personally, I know what turns me on when I see a woman. So it's some men may be like that, but not some. So some men, they see the finger of a woman, they get turned on. So it depends. But we have technologies today to make the long distance relationship better for us. Nobody choose to be in long distance relationship like that. It is something, you may even have somebody that is living with you, but you see it's not working. But you meet somebody in a long distance relationship and you see how that person, lighting up your day, you see a lot of positive changes in your life around you. And when you talk with this person, things change, and you see before you know it, you visit the person wherever that person is, bam, 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 you get married, you bring the person where you are, or you locate to wherever the person is. It works. But religion make you know, you have to, if you marry that one, you must die in that relationship. If you don't die, if you divorce, you not marry again, you stay single. That's wickedness. You telling me, if I marry a woman, I'm the one that decided to marry a woman. Not that my village people say that, okay, I'm useless. They're going to marry for me to see if my sense will come back. They marry a woman for me, So that's the one I can stay. But if I'm the one, like when I want to get married, I always tell the woman, listen, I believe it's between you and I. Because that's what I was taught. We don't do family stuff anymore. No, we call family to go with us for traditional something and the church wedding and all that. But when it comes to this, I want to build a family. So it's between you and I. I want us to, this is what I believe, this is what I want to do. Do you agree with me? Of course, most women will say yes, they agree until you get married. Also, when a man like you, you say, no, I don't do this. The man says, okay, no problem, until you get married. And that's how we have problem afterwards. But what I'm saying is this, in a long-distance relationship, right, there we have many ways now we are defeating those things that make it seem difficult before, or make it bring a lot of stress to us Today we have video chat, we can communicate, even voice, spend a lot of time. Sometimes I spend 3 hours on the phone talking with one person for 3 hours. It's my time and it's my money. And also it's that person's time and that person's money. Because you can't come online free of charge. You can't. You have to pay your bills to be online. And that long also is a lot of money. So it's also talk about relationship maintenance behaviors. It's saying intimate relationship partners constantly work to improve their relationship. So, but when the partner is not around, it's kind of hard, because it's like anytime the partner visited or comes home, it's like you guys are starting afresh. But I also see it this way: some partners, if they live together, they will divorce. So some partners need long distance relationship. You see, because sometimes the behavior of the other person, you may not be able to stand it. So you may be like, man, are you doing this? Stop, stop, stop. She keep doing that or he keep doing that. I'm out. But long distance relationship, maybe the person go up on the phone, you say, you know what? You hang up. Tomorrow again, sweetie, honey, oh my love. You start again, right? You forget what happened before, you start again, right? Or you call you, oh, I'm sick, I'm this. Okay, take, you share, you advise each other, you share information, right? Those things are made available for us today, and we can do that. But some people that live together, do you know some couple that live together, they never have sex for a long period of time. Some of them 1 year, 2 years, they never have sex with each other. I don't know, they may be having with other people, but as husband and wife, they don't have sex anymore. As husband and wife, they don't talk to each other anymore. It happens. I have experienced it also. And I can still experience it because you don't know people. People can tell you anything. I can tell you, one thing I know about myself, I know myself, right? So I may tell you this is who I am, you may not believe it. And that doubt can bring a lot of problem between us, right? So I may tell you I'm romantic, but I'm not. Or I may tell you I'm not romantic, but I am. So it's when we live together, we get to know such things. But there are certain behaviors I cannot take, and there are certain behaviors you cannot take. But sometimes when we want to get married, we listen to our private part than our brain or our hair. So our private part, oh, that's the type of woman I like. I like her back. I like her front. I must marry her. How about her behavior? I don't care. Marriage is school. Marriage is not school. Marriage is not where you learn. No. Before you get married, learn about the person. That's why you get, what do you call it? Go out, you date, and you have courtship, all that. To know the behavior of the person. Can I take it? Okay, I can take it. But sometimes, like it happened to me, you see the wrong behavior and you say you can't cope with it. The person begin to cry. Please forgive me. Don't worry. I will change. I will change. I will change. I will change. We wait. And I continue. I will change. That's how you continue. I will change. I will change till eternity. So there are things that somebody else is doing. Not that that person is doing it on purpose or to hurt you or evil way. The person may not see it as bad behavior, but to you it is. And because you love that person, you don't want to lose that person. So sometimes you see some couple living together, they say the husband went away, nobody know his whereabouts. They begin to ask their wife, where is your husband? The sister will come. You have chased away my brother. You have killed my brother. I want my brother today. Oh, the parents will come. Where are our children? Where are our son? We need our son. They say you have been doing it. You are bad. You are da. And the woman will begin to plead, please, I don't know what happened. We just quarreled. He just left. Oh, man. She started asking for people. Go to the best man or the best friend to her husband. He said, where is my husband? Please help me beg him. I will not do that again. I will change. I will do that. And, okay, the man finally comes home. They start living again. There are many issues going on in marriage. But the major problem we have in marriage is also religion. Every problem we have in this world has their root in religion. If you can break free from religion, you'll be so free. Like now, I believe in marrying multiple wives, right? But most people don't. I've seen some girls, they say, I love you. Oh, yeah. I say, but I'm married. They're wrong. I said, so what happened to I love you? You say you love me. Without knowing that I'm married, you look at me, you say you love me. Now I say I'm married. You are running away. I said, I can marry more than one wife. Come. So, so because most times, and that's why I always say, when people use some words, they don't know the weight of it. I always fall for that. When a woman say she love me, I want to have that woman. I mean, seriously, as my wife, not just as a sex partner. No, as my wife. But faith, religion separates us. You see some women, they can marry somebody that is not a Roman Catholic. Some, they can marry somebody that is not Anglican because their church forbids it. Oh, some, they say, oh, it's a Pentecostal. No. Oh, okay, want to marry me, come to our church. You must wed in our church. That's nonsense. You don't need any church in your marriage and relationship. What you need is your families, family members. This is where our daughter is going. Oh, this is where our son want to marry from. And the two family comes together to support you, both of you, especially in the time of hardship or time of misunderstanding. But religion destroyed that. They tell you to go for counseling to the pastor. Which pastor? Pastor have his own family problem. But your family understand better. Your family are the one that will look you eyeball to eyeball, tell you, hey brother, this thing you are doing is not good. My son, this thing is bad. This woman is nice. Treat her good. Or my daughter, listen, this is your husband. Respect her. I mean, respect him. Live with him. Where are you going? If you come back home, we will chase you away. So stay there. The only thing I don't support is maltreating an adult maltreating an adult. No. Why are you maltreating adult like you? Especially somebody you are having sex with, your wife or your husband. Don't you think that person is closest to you and they can kill you? So why are you maltreating them? But you see the wisdom of our people. When a husband and the wife is having problem, the husband will stop eating her food until they settle. Why? Because they believe you get to man through stomach. Either they want her to beg before he start eating her food, or he don't want. He think the wife may poison her. And a woman, being the way they were made, right? Somebody may tell them to do something. Some men also do that. Your friend tell you, oh, your wife behave like that. What? Tell her to sit on the floor. Excuse me. Somebody telling you to tell your wife to sit on the floor, unless you're having sex with her on the floor. That's the only time she will be on the floor. But if not, she's supposed to be on the seat, not on the floor. Don't listen to your friend telling you how to treat your wife, and don't listen to your friend telling you how to treat your husband. I have been in a long distance relationship. Never again. You see your experience. So some people, it depends on the experience. Some people say never again. Some people say it's okay for them. Like I said, it depends on the behavior. There are whatever it is, whether it's long distance relationship or not. When there is issue between you and somebody, it's an issue. It's a problem. So we're supposed to learn how to manage it, how to also avoid it. We can avoid it. Personally, I don't believe in quarreling. I don't believe husband and wife can quarrel. I don't believe that. But many of us have been indoctrinated to believe that. We say, no, two people cannot live without quarreling. Who said that? You are talking about poor people then. Because if you have money and you are providing for your wife, she will never quarrel with you. Even if they say you are sleeping with other women, she will say, no concern you. He's my husband. Because you are but when you are not providing for her, she don't need to hear from any woman that you are sleeping with another woman. She will begin to suspect it. This time, this man is not coming home like that as he used to. It's like another woman. Poverty. Poverty breaks family also. So when you provide for your wife, or you and your husband is living well, you have all you need. All that side talk, you won't be paying the no mind. So unless you don't know, remember when Bill Clinton did whatever did his wife Hillary divorce him? No. If it were poor people, if Bill Clinton was not that great, the woman will just kick him. You know, American woman, she will just take that opportunity. Oh, hallelujah! She will be paying for me to me also. No, no. So sometimes when I hear people talk about, oh, this is where you're supposed to treat your husband or your wife, I say you're talking about poor people. Rich people behave differently. All right? Oh, you open door for your wife to enter. It's not everybody that will do that. I see when Trump won presidency, they said, oh, Trump is not working with his wife. You see, they show Obama. I saw Obama was a poor man that became president. Trump was a rich man, not just rich man, the crook rich man. And you are telling him this is not his first wife. There's the third one. So you're telling him to still be working with his wife the way poor people work with their wife just to maintain. I hate comparison, man. You can't divorce the president of America now. What do you mean? That's what I say, but you can divorce a pauper, right? You can divorce animal. So there are things that when it comes to relationship, when it's problem, there is problem. So you have to solve it. But don't put your relationship over your life and happiness. Don't do that. Before you meet that person, you were living your life. The day you were born, at least you are not married to your twins, even if you are a twins. So don't let any person, any man or woman make life miserable for you on earth. I've seen some of my mates, especially women, that they married and they died. That's it. They said they were having family problem. Boom, they died. They would have been alive today had it been the divorce. But the religion forbids it, and their tradition also forbids it. And when you see the rituals our people go through in marriage, that's why they made up all those rituals to avoid divorce. So they make a man pay through his nose, so that when he consider divorce, he will say, no, I spend a lot, I'm not divorcing anything. And when the man want to divorce, the woman's family gonna pay back. So the woman family will try to make peace because they don't have to pay back. There are many things about marriage we don't know. And why we don't know it today is because of religion. The marriage we know, Bible say. The marriage we know, our church say. We don't know our people's marriage anymore. Marriage is a people thing. It's a cultural thing. It's not a biblical thing. It's not a spiritual thing. It's a cultural thing. But remember, I'm going somewhere with this long-distance relationship. And some of you are supposed to know where I'm going. And I think I want to head there now. Let me see if I still have something from this Google. Yeah, use Google, okay? Anybody that tell you don't use Google, ignore the person. That person is living in the Stone Age. This time around we are in now, we use Google and have fun with it. Okay, let me read it. It says, couples who have routine, strategic relational maintenance behaviors and take advantage of social media can help maintain a long-distance relationship. Social media is very important. My siblings, my family members, all of them, they can communicate with me through social media. We can see each other. I have talked with my parents through video chat, my people, my brother, wherever they are, I talk with them through video chat. So it's very, very important. What else? Okay, I think that's it. So let me come to the main thing. Long distance relationship. I've said a lot of things about long distance relationship. And you can judge for yourself that it works. It's possible for people in long distance relationship to see each other through video chat. Now, you say I've heard some people say that they believe that Christianity is not a religion. It is what? Relationship. Relationship with who? You say relationship with God through Jesus Christ. Relationship with God. through Jesus Christ. So where is God? You say God is in heaven. So you are on earth. That's long distance relationship. If you check my wall, I shared that post about father child relationship. That was my daughter yesterday, being 24th December. So she called me on video chat. So we were talking at work, right? So I was at work while we were talking. So and it came on my mind to share it. So I said, like, she can see me every day. Even if we are not living together in the same room, even if we are not living together in the same place, even if we are not living together in the same country. So whether I went to work or I went to school or she went to school, wherever so long she have her smartphone, I bought it. She's my daughter, so I provided that iPhone for her. So we FaceTime my daughter. My main purpose of buying that phone is to stay in communication with him, to keep communicating wherever she is, whether she is with her friend, and she know anytime I want to call her is video call. I don't want to do a voice call, because with voice call she can tell me she's at home while she's not. The video call, hey, where are you? I don't know where. She show me the area. I know where she is. And when I see the background, I know where she is. So apply it to your relationship with God. This so-called God you say you believe in is almighty. And we don't even supposed to be comparing God that is almighty with mankind that you believe they are not almighty. You believe they are carnal. You believe they are sinful. You believe they are immoral. You believe they are just mortals. So why are you comparing immortal with mortals? You're not supposed to. But think about it. See how mortals are smarter. Mortals develop technologies to communicate with each other in long distance relationship. Now think about God Almighty, who you say is in heaven. He can communicate with you with your smartphone. Are you telling me God don't have phone? You remember the African pastor, they say that he got God's phone number. So every child of God is supposed to have their father's phone number. And if you are using smartphone, for example, if you can see me on Facebook like this or on social media, you're supposed to be seeing your God, who is your father. Establish that father-child relationship. If God is your father, why can't you see God in this time and age where we have smartphone, smart technologies? You can see, even if you want to see God on your television, we have smart television today. Smart television, it is there. God will appear there so long you have Wi-Fi. God will appear on your TV. You see him, he see you. You tell him to remove his clothes, he remove his clothes. It's me, show you his muzzle. I am Almighty God. So think about it. The long distance relationship. God is in heaven, you are on the earth. That's why in that post I write it. Father, heaven. Child, earth. Okay, God is in heaven. He's your father. And you are on the earth. That's long distance relationship. And with God, you can even say, no long relationship with God. God is always here. God is always hearing us. His presence is everywhere. How can you say his presence is everywhere? You can't feel his presence. And they say you cannot feel the presence of God, because if you feel it, it will knock you to the ground. So you sense it. That's how Kenneth Hagin used to say that. Kenneth Hagin say, you can sense the presence of God, you cannot feel it. People that feel the presence of God in the Bible, they fell, all of them, both the priests and the people. Bible says when the glory filled the temple or the tabernacle, all of them fell to the ground. And when you see many people say they feel, I feel the presence of God is here, they're lying. You know what it means for the presence of God or glory of God? You say the glory of God is in this place. The glory of God is in this temple. And you are standing. You are lying, according to the Bible. Bible says when the glory of God appears in a temple, the cloud filled the whole place. The priest, everybody, nobody can perform anymore. But today you said the glory of God is in this place, and you still see the band man beating. You see the choir standing singing. You see the ministers, moving around on the platform, walking around. No! That's to show you there's no glory of God there. It's all made up. But what I'm saying is this. If you are having long relationship with God, who is your father, you say is in heaven, then why can't you have video chat with God? You have smartphone, for crying out loud. You have smart technologies today. Why are you still living in stone age? When they tell you no, you go to the book. Or you go where it's written on the wall. No! We no longer living when the only way you communicate with your father is you write a letter, then you go and post it. No, we are not living in that time anymore. Or just only voice call. Oh, daddy, yeah, how are you there over there? No, video chat. Unless you are God, don't want to upgrade. Let your father upgrade to the modern technology. Your father God that is in heaven. At least he said, Jesus said, when you pray, your will be done on earth as it is done in heaven, right? So there should be communication. Let God communicate with you through video chat if God exists. Don't tell me he's a spirit, because he made you also a spirit, right? So if he made you a spirit, he can have one body. God don't have to have multiple bodies. He's a spirit. So he's supposed to appear to his children with one body. Just as you don't have two bodies to your children. It's one you. So that's how it's supposed to be with God also. Long relationship with God shouldn't mean that you can't see God, or you can't see God through video chat. You should see him. If that God exists, you should see that God. So it doesn't matter what anybody is saying. The long distance relationship you have with God, you shouldn't wait until after death. You don't wait until your partner comes home this time before you see him. Some of you are getting married online. How do you see the person? Long distance relationship. That person is in Malaysia or in America or in Europe. Then you started talking on Facebook or Messenger. WhatsApp. You start doing video chat. I love you. Oh, you look good. Oh, yeah. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm coming to Nigeria. I'm coming to Kenya. I'm coming to, yeah. It's okay. I'm waiting. No, come and see my people. The person comes and see your people. You didn't die. I mean, you didn't go over there to see the person. That's like dying to go see God. No. The same way. You're supposed to. Don't tell me, you are talking from as a carnal man. Of course. Carnal man made what I'm using. The smart technologies we have today were made by carnal men. Spiritual man never invented anything. There's no spiritual man that invented one single thing. One thing. Even toothpick. No spiritual man can produce it. You have to be carnal to produce it. Because the power of carnal mind is greater than the power of any God you believe in. The power of carnal mind is greater than the power of any God you worship. The God you worship cannot put food on your table, but carnal mind can put food on your table. The God you worship cannot get your wife pregnant, but carnal mind can get that. You pray to God and you say you sleep with your wife. Then God make your wife pregnant. No, you are the one that make your wife pregnant. If God have power to make your wife pregnant, you shouldn't sleep with your wife before she get pregnant. Think. But you always ascribe it. I'm alive today is because of God. I am breathing today is because of God. I went to work today and came back home is because of God. If not for God, I won't get that job. Nonsense. That's what they taught us. They use it to deceive us. Look at the time and age we are in. If your Bible have Old and New Testament, then what? How about video chat? Why is only hearing the voice of God? That means you have mental problem. People that hear voices, they lock them up in psych unit, in psychiatric hospital. That's where they put them. And you keep saying, I'm hearing voice of God. Which voice of God are you hearing? God you don't know. At least you have seen me on Facebook. If I've called you and we are talking, you know my voice, and you see me, right? We're talking. Then, anytime you hear my voice, you know it's me talking. But after hearing my voice, somebody else call you and say it's me. You will say no. Because you know my voice. Not only that, you know me. And when you are hearing my voice, you see my picture. Even when we are not doing video chat, but because we have done it, you already seen me. You know how my head look. You say I have big head, right? So you know how I look. So when I'm calling you on a voice call now, you know who is talking. You know my voice. You know how my voice turns you on. You know how my voice sounds to you. We should think. If God is Almighty God, a man, carnal man, can make phone, internet, Wi-Fi, all this available for you to communicate with your loved ones in long distance relationship. How about God, who you claim to be Almighty God? He can do all things. He gives strength to the weak. He renew your strength that you can fly. He makes you mount up wings like eagle. Eagle where a drone has come out. No more fly. Let him give you even a ability to make it to fly drone. Nothing. Wake up, my people. Begin to think. If God exists and is alive, He's Almighty, you should be having video chat with Him. We are no longer living in those age where people were only writing on paper and they calling on voice call. No, there is video call now. Why can't you and God show up right now, right here, and everybody will see God? God's supposed to have a body because He made you in His own image and you have a body. So God's supposed to have a body. And your Bible shows that people saw God's body. Like Moses, he saw his back. So stop using all that nonsense they used to brainwash us. God is a spirit. No one will see Him. And how do we used to say it in Anglican church then? Chineke bụ mmụọ, ọ bụ ezie na ya apụghị ịhụnanya, ọ na-eji eme ihe niile, ọ pụrụ ime ihe niile. All that's nonsense they used to indoctrinate and brainwash us. God is mmụọ. God is a spirit. It's true that we cannot see Him, but He goes about doing what? Doing all things. What? What has God done for you? Tell me. Nothing. It's only make believe you believe. From January to December, God has kept me alive. God, I was sick. God was the one that healed me. No. There's a post I will share about a woman. So the doctors delivered fibroid. The fibroid was heavier than was bigger and heavier than the baby. They delivered the baby and the fibroid together. But do you know what the person put there? Oh, it's my Christmas gift. And many people are talking. He says, God, it's not God. Science, knowledge made it possible. If God existed or exists, He would have removed that fibroid. That woman wouldn't have gone through that pain, that true things. You know what it means? Fibroid? I visited a co-worker that had fibroid removed. I hate pain. I saw that woman in pain. You know, there is some condition when you see people, you feel like, let me have the power to help these people out. I hate pain and I hate seeing somebody in pain. But when you go through all that pain and come out, you say, it is God. It is not. It is not God. If that God exists or existed, that fibroid would have gone. That woman was not supposed to have, let's say maybe she did something to her. I don't know what people do to have fibroid. Right? I've seen some women I know that have gone through that removing fibroid. I don't know what is causing fibroid in them. But whatever it is, and these people I'm talking about, they are very religious people. They say they are spiritual. They go to church. They pray and fast. Maybe it was the fibroid that made them, but I don't think so. But where was God when that fibroid was growing? You praying. And some of you women that are arguing with me on Facebook, you have fibroid. And your God can't remove it, but you claiming, my God is almighty. How are you saying you don't believe in God? I don't believe in God because He does not exist. 500 people were killed in Nigeria last year. I mean, yesterday, 25th December. Why you are celebrating Christmas, the birth of Christ you have not seen, the birth of Christ that does not exist. You are celebrating the birthday of a Christ that cannot attend his own birthday. You say he's alive, but he cannot attend his birthday celebration. And he also believes he's almighty, but he cannot appear where he cannot come where you are celebrating his birthday. But you believe, oh yeah, in his name, I have this, I have that, he has done this. No. Think about it. If that God exists, you wouldn't have gone through that problem or through that. You say, no, but it's my disobedience. Somebody said that to me. It's our disobedience that caused it. Which disobedience? So you are little children, you are 2-year-old children. You say because they disobey you, you're going to let them go hungry. You are 2-year-old children. You know you wouldn't do that. You're not that wicked. But that person say, yeah, he will do that. Because some people, religion make them be so delusional that they don't think. And they say silly things. Some people, of course, they will kill their children for hearing the voice of God they haven't seen. If this God exists, why do you have to go through problem like that? And when you succeed, you say it's God. When you fail, you say it's the devil. Have you seen God? Have you seen the devil? You haven't seen them. So why are you keep believing they are responsible for your whatever happened in your life? They are not. You are a graduate because you went to school. You put your effort, you studied, listened to the lectures, and the pass. You went for the exam. If God is the one that make you to be successful in education, you wouldn't have gone to go to sit in that exam or the test. God should give you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to know everything. You don't have to go to school. That's when you said, God gave me this. And you should see that God that gave you that. Because also we have the power. Man have the power. He have the brain to know all things if he dare to know them. But religion say no. But what am I saying to you? If you know that you believe, you know yourself that you believe God is in heaven and is your father, you should have video chat with your father, unless you are a bastard or your father is dead. But if your father is alive, no matter where your father is, have video chat with your father. This is a new time, a time we have smart technologies, smart device you can use to communicate with your father. Stop living like goats, like sheep. Start living like human. Use your brain, think for yourself, and stop being a moron for Christ. Stop being a moron for God. Be human to yourself first and to others. Life is precious. Life is good. Life is simple. Life is easy. Don't make it complicated for yourself. Make it so comforting. Somebody said, in our trouble, God is our comfort. Are you comfort us? I say, no. In your trouble, it's you and the others that comfort you. You comfort yourself. You say, okay, don't worry. It's going to be okay. And some people will say, take heart, my dear. Don't worry. They comfort you. God does not comfort you in your times of trouble. Why would that God let you have trouble before he comforts you? He's supposed to prevent that trouble from coming to you. Why should the Almighty God be testing you who is not even mighty? Why should he be doing that? Can you test your 1-year-old child? You give him a razor blade, new razor blade, new blade. You say, hold it, 1-year-old. Hey, let me see if you can cut yourself. You know, you will go to jail, right? Because the baby will cut himself. You will go to jail if you're living in America or in a developed country. If your God exists, just do video chat with him. If you can do video chat with me or with any other person, why not do it with your God first? It's more important since you believe he exists. That is the most important video chat you should have. And you shouldn't leave it till next day or till next minute. Pick up your phone and do it right now. This is what I want to share with us. And for those of you that don't believe in that crazy God and don't have those crazy religion mentality, I welcome you. Stay woke and keep spreading the knowledge without fear or favor. It doesn't matter what they say. They can call you unbeliever, infidel, antichrist. All those things are crap. So long you are spreading the knowledge, it doesn't matter. You know how I spread mine? Of course, I spread mine in a rugged way. Whatever you bring 1% to me, I give you 100%. That's me. And I'm doing it. I don't have any grudges. Some of them, I've seen some of them after their eyes open, they continue communicating. I never go back to, you see, this guy. No, I never go back because I am going forward. You think I'm insulting you, I am not insulting you. I'm waking you up. You can take it personal or not. I don't really care because I'm not asking you to sow seed into my ministry. I'm not asking you to give me your tithes and offering. I'm not asking you for any assistance. When I need assistance, I do what others do to get assistance as human. I'm not coming to use the name of God or the name of Jesus or the name of ministry to demand anything from you. Thank you for sharing and thank you for listening. Peace. I love you.